go, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Mash down, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to go over a tool in TradingView that you can use to find some really strong levels of support and resistance. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of these awesome tutorials or urgent market updates that we upload to the channel. Now, the TradingView tool that we're going to be going over today is called the Gan Fan, or the Gan Fan. I don't really know exactly how to pronounce it, but this indicator was created in the 1900s by a man named William D. Gan, or Gan, however you want to say it. And this tool includes 9 different lines drawn at specific angles to find great levels of support and resistance. Now, this will make a little bit more sense once we jump into the charts. But basically, it's similar to a Fibonacci retracement where you find a low, find a high, you click and drag, and you have multiple levels of support and resistance come up just with that one drag. Now, this is a little bit similar to that, as in you pull one Gan Fan and you will get 9 levels out of that. Now, out of these 9 lines, they are labeled, and again, we will see that as soon as we go into the charts here. But one of the most important things about the Gan Fan is William D. Gan said that the most important level was the 1-1 line. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the computer, and I'll show you guys where to find the Gan Fan and how to use it correctly to find some really strong areas of support and resistance. Let's get into it. So here we are on the Bitcoin daily chart. If you want to use the Gan Fan, it's going to be over here on your left-hand side of your toolbar. 1, 2, 3 tools down, or 3 draws down. You can go ahead and click here. It will open up the draw. And if you come all the way down here, you'll see Gan Fan. Now, you'll notice there's a lot more tools here that involve Gan's name, and that's because Gan didn't just invent the Gan Fan, but he has a whole other plethora of technical analysis techniques called the Gan Theory. Now, we're only going to focus on the Gan Fan right now. However, there's a few things you need to do before you can select the Gan Fan. First off, what you're going to want to do is you want to find a high and a low, right? So for this example, I'm just going to use this low from the summer of 2021 and the all-time high for this 2021 bull cycle, right, for Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to show you the easy and quick way to do this just to get these levels onto your chart, and you will see, we'll backtest the levels and see how strong they are. But what you're going to want to do is activate your magnet tool, and then you want to come up to your second draw on your toolbar. Go ahead and click that. So you're going to want to come to the left side of your TradingView window and come down to your second tool draw right here and open it up and select the horizontal line tool. If you want to draw these lines easier, you can go ahead and hit Alt-H if you're using a PC, and I believe it's either Command or Option-H for Mac, right? But what you want to do is you want to find a high and a low, right? So we have a clearly defined low right here. As you can see, I'll just zoom in so you guys can see that a little bit better. Right on that wick. And again, I'm using the magnet tool to get it absolutely perfect. And then you're going to want to come up to your all-time high right here and go ahead and draw another horizontal line. So now you have your high and your low. Now what you want to do is grab a vertical line. So come over here and grab your vertical line tool and come to that low wick and draw a vertical line just like that. So now you have your high, you have your low, and you have your vertical line on top of your lowest candle. Now, what you're going to want to do from here is come up back to your second draw on your toolbar here, and you're going to want to come down to trend angle. Go ahead and select that tool, and you're going to want to come right to the corner of where these 2 lines intersect on your low, and you're going to want to click once and then drag up and to the right, and you'll see that right here you see a number in degrees, and you're going to want that to be at 45 degrees. Now, you want to do the same thing in this upper corner here where your vertical line and your horizontal line on your all-time high intersect, and you're going to want to grab your trend angle tool and click once and drag that to to 45 degrees as well. Now, it might help if you turn off your magnet tool. Sometimes it likes to, the candles like to grab your tool and it moves it all over the place. It makes it a little more accurate if you turn off your magnet tool. So now you have both 45-degree angles. Now, it doesn't matter which one you do first. You can do both of them. You could do only one. And you'll see kind of how the levels work out once we pull these. So now what you're going to want to do is come on down to your third draw on your toolbar, and you want to select this and come down and select your Gan Fan. Now, come down to one of your angles here. I'm just going to start up here, and we'll go right to that corner. Go ahead and click one time. Now, this is important. You guys will remember that I was talking about Gan mentioning that the 1-1 line is the most important line, and you're going to see that 1-1 line in just a second. And if I pull our tool all the way out like this, you can see that there are some numbers on, again, you might want to turn off your magnet tool, and you can see here that on your Gan Fan, each level is labeled with a with some numbers here. You have the 1-1 line, the 2-1 line, the 3-1, the 4-1, the 8-1, and so on and so forth. Now, the 1-1 line, as I mentioned before, is the most important line according to Gan. What you're going to want to do is grab your 1-1 line, right? This is where you can grab the tool is right on your 1-1 line, and you're going to want to line it up with your 45-degree angle. So grab it right here, and you're going to line it up right with your 45-degree angle, and boom, right there, you are good. Now you're going to want to just click on your Gan Fan one time and come over to your toolbar and lock it so you can't drag it around. Now let's just take a look at these levels before we pull the other one. Let's take a look at these levels and see if they're respected. Now, pretty quickly, you can see that these do actually work pretty well. Very similar to the voodoo that we call spider lines. They are very highly respected areas. Now, you can just see here on the daily chart, price respected this level right here. We got rejected. Then, we came back onto here. We got a bounce up from here all the way here. Came above this Gan level. Came down, found support, continued higher, stalled out a little bit here. Found support on this level, perfect rejection off of this level. And if you keep moving on forward, you can kind of see that these levels are very well respected, right? We hopped up here, tried to catch support, lost it, tried to catch support again, came up, came back down, rejected, 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 and then boom, you shoot right down and you land right on this next Gan Fan level. Obviously holding it as very strong support. And then you can see we came down, we got a little bounce off this level, came back down, got a bearish retest of this Gan level, came right back down here, settled up here, got a bounce, and then came up here, landed, rejected. And then if we come a little further in time, you can see, right, we got a nice bounce, came up almost to this Gan level perfectly. And then you see we got rejected here, so on and so forth. You guys can see these levels are pretty well respected. Perfect rejection right there. And now we are potentially coming down to go ahead and test this level here at about 19,743. But you can see just in general, these levels are pretty respected. Let me get rid of some of these ugly marks. But you can see these levels are generally respected pretty well just by looking at it, especially like right here. You can see we really held this level. Perfect rejection. So definitely they do turn out to be very strong levels. Now, this can work if you go down to lower time frames. So if we come on down to the 4-hour, you will see even zoomed in here, you see we lost this Gan level, came back up, bearish retest, came back down, another bearish retest before losing the level completely, coming up, and then you can see perfect rejection right there. There you go. We hopped right back above the level, found some support, and then came up higher. And now we are on our way back down to this level here. So you can see those levels hold pretty strong. Now, and again, you can change your time frames, and even if you come all the way down to a super low time frame, you might have to hunt to see where your levels are. But again, great rejection right there. Came up, obviously held this, got rejected almost to the dollar right here. I mean, this is that is pretty dang accurate. And then you came down, found support. So very useful levels, very similar to the spider lines where, it works on any time frame. You draw them. I would recommend drawing these on a higher time frame and then zooming in on the lower time frames just to see where everything lands. You can see here that they do act as very strong levels. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to hide this, or I'm going to delete this Gan Fan, and we're going to pull it from the bottom now Same thing, you're going to go from that where that intersection is with that 45-degree angle, and you're going to want to line up your 1-1 line attached to the mouse right here, and you're going to want to put it right over your 45-degree angle. Another important thing, guys, don't forget to lock your Gan fans. So you can just click it once, come down to your toolbar and lock it. But you can see right off the bat, if you zoom in here, you can see you lost the 1-1, you came down, bearish retest, rejection, then you hopped back on top of it, you found support, you came up higher, you bounced, and then you finally lost this level, came right back down to this level here, you held it as support, and then back down, you bearishly retested this level, came right down, got a perfect bounce off of this level. And, you know, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but you guys can just kind of see, you bounced off this level, you came up, rejected right here, you bounced right here, you came down, you held this level, you came back up, tried to hold this level, lost it, bearish retest. Again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you could just kind of see you got a nice bounce there. Very, very respected levels here for the Gan Fan. Now, another cool thing about the Gan Fan is you will notice just by looking at it, you can kind of see how strong these levels are, but also if you turn your logarithmic scale on and off, it will toggle slightly different Gan levels that by some chance are still respected, right? So you'll see if I turn off my logarithmic scale, if you look here, you'll see this wick did not come perfectly down to this Gan level here, but if you turn your logarithmic scale off, boom, you come down and the body of the candle closed right on top of it. And then right here, you guys, price lands right on top of this Gan level. So you can see how it kind of changes the scale here and changes where the levels are. However, they are still respected. You can see this line here specifically is being touched by a bunch of wicks, but no bodies. But then if you turn log on, you can see here we wicked down to this level, but then if you turn log off, it brings all the price action right down here, so you wind up getting a lot more touches on this trend line. Sometimes if I find a level is not really being respected well, like this one, we kind of faked out above it and then came back down. Right now, log scale on is showing that this level was not really respected that well. It's showing it respected it well perfectly here, but right here didn't really respect it. But then if you turn log off, you can see on non-log, but we got a perfect rejection off of this level. So you get slightly different levels on log and non-log. I find that they both work well. So I kind of just toggle back and forth to find, where price is being respected the most. Now, again, you want to remember that the 1-1 line is the most important. And one thing I do want to point out here is you'll notice that as we made our all-time high and came down to test the 1-1 level, as soon as we lost it, things got pretty ugly pretty quickly. We lost this level and wound up getting a pretty quick drop down 33%. And it was essentially the beginning of the bear market. So you could only imagine if you're using this to trade and you see that you're starting to lose the 1-1 on the daily, how much of a lucrative trade that would have been. Now, obviously, shorting from the all-time high all the way to the bottom of the bear market is a lot harder than it sounds. But, nonetheless, you would have known that breaking this 1-1 level was very significant. As you could see in hindsight, it did basically start the bear market. So, guys, I think that's all I got for this video. Now, I did just want to give you guys a quick and dirty introduction to the Gan Fan and how strong these Gan levels can be. Now, you can imagine how useful this can be in your trading strategy. We've given countless ways to find support and resistance, and we just keep bringing you guys more and more ways. Now, these Gan Fan levels are absolutely solid. I have been using the Gan Fan a lot more, in the past few months. It's been a very, very big help to my trading, finding those key levels, expecting where those bounces are. And again, if you're a big fan of spider lines, you're really gonna like the Gan Fan. So there you go. There's another tool that you can add into your trader's tool belt to help you add a little bit more confidence or a little bit of confluence when looking at your key levels and waiting for a trade setup to come into your net so you can execute and make some really, really good gains. And just so you guys know, stay tuned because we will most likely be coming out with a trading strategy video using these levels. We like to show you guys the indicators, the tools, and then we like to give you trading strategies on how to actually use these in an actionable strategy to trade. So keep a lookout for that video. And with all that being said, guys, that's all I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.